What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hello, people. You already know it's Jacina Love and Kim So Major with Major Love.
Major Love. We're here. Happy Monday. We're on a new day, new time just for today because, of course, Thanksgiving. We wanted to make sure we let you guys be with your people and all that good stuff. But we're excited. This is episode 3. Okay, so we're coming today. We have a great guest. It's awesome premiere. We're gonna premiere a new video. It's exclusive. It actually just came out like 4 hours ago. Yeah, from our special guest. Tell us who the special guest is.
My little baby. Okay, it's Danny Lay we have today. And I mean, we've been coming hard with the females. No shade against our males. We love y'all, but we've really been pushing it. The pressure has been on with us ladies in the industry, so we're really excited for this, right, Kim?
Yes, let them know. Like we ladies are in the building. We're gonna hold it down. It's not male bashing because actually we have a great guest next week. You know, we're gonna tell you about that a little bit later.
Yes.
But it's all about tonight, Monday. Today it November 23rd. We got Danny Lay in the building. We're gonna show you her new videos off of her project that just came out, movie. I mean, last week. I've been jamming to it since it came out on my treadmill outside at the park. Like, it's giving me so much motivation. I mean, before we bring her on, we got the video coming, but real quick, how was your weekend? Because I know you were like all over the place working and everything.
Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, it's a blessing to be as busy as I've really been. I don't want to complain about it, but I am always on the move. I mean, from school to just doing a little bit of everything. Thanksgiving coming in and renting out my studio. And there's just been a lot of good stuff in the air. I mean, interviews last week as well.
Tell them about it. Yes, you were killing it on the interviews. Now, if anyone doesn't know, Jacina also does interviews for This Is 50 as well as Dash on Dash IG Live. So you guys gotta make sure you tap in. Follow Jacina Love. Follow me, Kim So Major. Dash Radio on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and of course you're on the Twitch app. So just send us some messages and chat with us and buy the thingies that you could send us, like things and all that stuff. You know, so like
all that good stuff. And what about you, Kim?
Oh
what
my
have
gosh.
you been up to?
You know, I don't know if I look older to you guys or not, but I had a birthday. I had a birthday, which was Saturday the 21st. Scorpio season. What's up? You know. But you know what? My friend surprised me and took me to Dave Chappelle. So I was over the moon, so excited. No, seriously. Yeah, I went to see Dave Chappelle. It was amazing show, super great surprise, and I was really happy. So I'm like, if this is the way I'm bringing in my next orbit around the sun, like I'm not complaining at all.
For real.
Not complaining. Now I need a little help in the love area. That's why I'm excited to talk to Danny Lay because I need some advice. Okay. That's the only thing I need is some advice.
Well, wait a minute. So the whole new setup that they're doing with the Dave Chappelle as well, the fact that, I mean, not with Dave Chappelle, but just comedians in general.
Yes.
You guys were sitting outside or was it indoors?
No, everyone had to have rapid COVID testing. So did the COVID test up my nose. Everyone, even in the line, it was very strict procedures. You couldn't bring big bags in, either like a clutch or something clear, see-through. They did the COVID testing in the line, and even the lines were spaced out. As a matter of fact, Jacina, I seen like 3 people after their test get pulled out of the line, and they did not come back. So I can only assume that they did not pass the COVID test. But, you know, I was in there. So, but yeah.
Super interesting.
And that's one of the things, like, just real quick, Dave Chappelle was telling everyone, because he did about 2 hours straight stories, comedy stories, talking, taking his time, you know. It was so great. And then he like took a little break. People thought it was over. And he's like, wait, you guys took a COVID test. We not leaving. We not, this building is COVID free. You don't want to hang out with me. The show went on for another 2 hours from 8:30 to 12:30 in the morning. And then after he talked to people, smoked his cigarettes, chatted, it was like I was in his living room. It was so crazy. But no camera, phone, so I have no proof or no evidence.
That's fine. You were there and it was your birthday. Happy birthday, beautiful. I
Thank
wish you
you.
the best, the best, the best.
Thank you.
And today's a gift for you too.
It is a gift. I mean, like, it is super a gift. Like, so rolling all along, we're just gonna keep it going.
Yes.
And we have this video. It's a premiere. It just came out 4 hours ago on YouTube. Bullshit from Danny Lay of her new project movie that's in on all downloading platforms, streaming platforms right now. So you guys check in, and we'll be right back with her when she comes back. When we come back from this break.
You lost my trust now. You acting different. You acting funny. You got me fucked up, hiding your phone. Putting me through bullshit. All them block numbers on your phone. That's that bullshit. That's that bullshit. That's that bullshit. I don't even care if she's running on now. Who you cool with? Who you cool with? I'm not cool with it. Put up in the face, let her hear my tone. She ain't gon' do shit. She ain't gon' do shit. She ain't gon' do shit. When you hear this beat and it's blowing your phone, just that new shit. That's my new shit. That's my new shit. Yeah, that's some bullshit. The type of nigga everybody cool with. Slip inside the DM that weak shit. Every day, every night fooling. Yeah, who you fooling? A bitch like me ain't gon' quit. Big boss, yeah, I got this. Everything with you so tragic. Yeah. I'm done playing, I'm done fucking with your weak guys. Woke up feeling like I never really need ya. I don't care if you come crawling on your knees, yeah. I can't take all of them. All of them numbers on your phone. All them block numbers on your phone. That's that bullshit. That's that bullshit. That's that bullshit. I don't even care if she's running on now. Who you cool with? I'm not cool with it. Put up in the face, let her hear my tone. She ain't gon' do shit. She ain't gon' do shit. She ain't gon' do shit. When you hear this beat and it's blowing your phone, just that new shit. That's my new shit. That's my new shit. That's that.
Oh my God, guys. So we have Def Jam's own Dominican mommy.
Dominican mommy.
Danny
Love Show. Welcome, Danny Lay.
Thank you. Hi.
Such an honor to have you, beautiful. We're so, oh my goodness. I mean, we're going to have to get into bullshit because, not for nothing, she's always came correct since the jump, which is why she's kept the same energy from then to now, Danny, since the beginning, girl, since the jump of it all, you've kept the same energy when it came to the dancing, your look, your vibe. I mean, talk to us about what it is to keep up with something like that, to keep up with that whole momentum.
Yeah. I just feel like it's all about evolving. Like I love to evolve and I love to level up. Like everything I do, I always make sure it's like a level up each time. That's how I look at everything. As long as I'm continuing to grow and just like go there, I just feel like that's how you win and that's how you keep the energy vibe, like, So I feel like it takes everything with hair. Like I love to try new things and just like, just be a versatile look all the time. And me and my hairstylist Jay, we always like do that. And then when it comes to style, like, I like to tap into my sexy, drop it for him a couple times. So then, and then just also just staying fly. Me and my stylist too. Like we just love getting creative. I love being creative. Like I'm a real like artist and everything that I do is just like I'm super in it. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like
That's
that.
so poppin'.
That's so dope. Like, talk about the video because you dropped your project. So I think is it like 14 or 15 tracks on there?
16.
15. Okay. And then you actually put a whole 16?
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
16. Yes. And then you put like the whole visuals. You made a movie. And I love the fact that it's not every song, but it's like, and then it has like these intros and stuff, like you intro it. So it's not like just consistent through it. Really is like a movie. Like it's actually scenario. So I really appreciate that. Talk about what made you kind of bring that to the table this time with this release.
Well, I always wanted to do a visual album. That was like, something I always dreamed of doing. I feel like I'm a very visual artist. So, I could sell my music. I could dance real quick. People gonna like it.
Facts.
To like, I really had time, like, obviously, because of quarantine and Corona, like, I was home. So it was different for me. I had already had the album, like, done. And I was like, well, I could drop it and then maybe do a couple music videos. And if Corona wouldn't have happened, I would have been on tour. Like, it would have just been that type of situation. But I had time. So I sat down and was like, oh, I'm about to do this visual album I've been going to do. So it was really like that. I wrote out my whole track list of songs because that's what came first was all the songs were done. So I had the album done. And I wrote like a whole script using every single song title of it.
Wow.
So when it starts,
Wow.
like when I first fell in love with my superstar, he told me I'm like a girl from a movie, da 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 da. It all just like created this storyline. And I was like, oh, this is the story. This is it. Now all I got to do is like put what's really happening in my life into this movie and really just, do that, showcasing dance because I wanted to showcase also my come up as, wanting to be famous and being a superstar and all this stuff. So I just try to incorporate my whole story into this movie and that's what happened. So yeah.
It's amazing.
Wow. And
It's
when it
so
comes to
fire.
dance, Danny, I just have to ask, when was that moment for you that you said, what was that? Maybe the first song that you heard that you felt it in your blood and your system that you said, I'm going to dance my way through life and it's going to take me far. What moment was that for you?
um when I was like deciding to just do music type of thing and like not
Yeah, in
dance.
the beginning.
Well, when I moved to LA, I was 16 and like all I did was dance. Like I got signed to a dance agency, so I would be at auditions all the time. I would be in dance class all the time. But then I would also be doing music. I was in a girl group as well. So we were doing that. So it was just our life was like going to dance, going to the studio like every single day, just doing that, shooting videos, being on IG, just being like consistent and stuff. So um, I had been going on tours when I was like 17, 18, 19, 20. Like I had just been like, moving, but I loved music and I like loved like being creative and being able to have a story for myself and like, you know what I'm saying? And do music videos for myself. Like I just love that. So with that time where I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop dancing. Honestly, was when I got signed to Def Jam. Like that was my first time like coming into some money. I got my little advance. And then I was just like, okay, now I could really sit down and just not dance, not tour, and just like focus on music. So that was the moment. That was what 2, 3 years ago. It was 3 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. So
So crazy. And then with this project and like Kim was saying, with the whole movie, and I mean, it's truly a movie, right? So now you bring this together, and I feel like the project, the whole fact of it being a movie right now during a pandemic hits
right.
because we need this. We need all the content that we could get, right? So when it
So,
comes to choreographing and all these ideas, what goes into that creative process? Even your writing, what goes into all of that type of creative process?
well, as far as like the dance that was involved in the movie, I was writing it with this girl Mars, and I told her like, yo, I want to have certain music videos to be like a dance visual because I'm a dancer, so
Right.
Put You On would be fire. Situations is a second track. Like I want to focus on that, and then Baby Says like make sure we incorporate that because it's a part of my brand. It's like
Right.
you can always see Chris Brown dance. You can always see Beyonce dance. Like it's always part of my brand. So that was that. And then when it comes to writing and stuff, that's just natural. Like I'll be in the studio and I'm dancing. Like like even if it's like a R&B like slow joint, it's still gonna have a little bop to it because I'm always dancing. Like that's where my strongest in writing is like my melodies. And I feel like my melodies just flow and stuff. And I feel like that's what happens with being a dancer because I just be moving. My engineer be mad at me because I'll be like, I keep your mouth on the mic, and I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. So, yeah.
That's so interesting because I even just hearing you speak about like knowing your melodies is your strong point. Like I love that because a lot of times artists don't know like what their strength is. So like just to hear you say that's so refreshing because you're super talented. Like even your vocals, your tone is different. You can dance, and then you like have a strong point where melodies is important, your choruses and everything. I really wanted to find out like what when you're doing your creatives, like whether it's the visuals or your song, are you already thinking in your head like, like this song, like what I could wear, because your aesthetic is always so different. So are you like putting all that conceptual stuff even in the writing process at the same time? Like you're already figuring out the whole picture?
Not necessarily, because all my outfits be different in a sense of like, but for this movie in particular, like we sat down and like wrote out, okay, like listening to the song, we're like, okay, this is like what I want to look like, So like the intro with Superstar is just like I need to look super classy, clean, and just like beautiful. Like that was the vibe for that. You know what I mean? If I was wearing something fly, like it wouldn't like fit, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it was just like I need to look expensive. So we're like diamonds, like boom. And then we just went to the second thing, situations where I'm in the garage and it's just like, okay, that's where I look a little younger, but still like, getting there. And I'm like just simple black little romper with my long curly dark hair where it's like a remembrance of like my old Danny, like how I used to look. And then we go into like Monique where it's like, okay, this is the part where I'm about to be fly as hell in my own bag and stuff. And I have my Torino, my stylist
that's
just
one of my favorites. Monique, I love it.
thank
Go
you.
ahead, continue.
So no, it's not really like when it comes to style, that's like hard to plan out because I could be wearing something mad random that's like
Well,
fly.
like your concept, like this, like you're kind of, are you putting it together? Because nothing seems random or coincidental. It seems very, like, very, I don't want to say strategic because that's too like rigid, but it just seems like it was really effort and a lot of thought putting into making sure the whole thing was like a great concept.
I mean, shoot, shout out to the team because I feel like, we all, I mean, I'm only around people that understand me. You know what I'm saying? So I
That
ain't gonna have
counts.
a stylist that's gonna put me. He knows like if I'm gonna be wearing some baggy pants, I'm gonna be wearing a crop, like type of thing. Like we just know aesthetically what looks pleasing on me too. So yeah, it's really like a team effort for real.
Definitely. And just to play on that, because you mentioned Beyonce and this week, and I know you're a big fan of her and J Lo too. So I wanted to get your opinion because with the AMAs, a lot of people were saying that J Lo and Maluna and Patai's a performance was kind of very reminiscent of the Drunken Love performance that Beyonce did with Jay-Z. So, and I know people always have something to say, but is that something as an artist, do you think about those things? Because we are influenced by the greats, so is that something you put in your mind, like, I don't want to do that, or I don't care, how does that impact you?
That's funny because I dropped the title performance for Monique, and I'm in the beach with short hair, and in the dark, it's black and white, and it literally looks like Drunken Love. But hey, it's Drunken Love. I don't care.
That's right.
Right.
I feel like that's something like that's a she's like one of my peers, like in a sense of inspiration. Like if it's somebody new, like if I'm copying like, you know what I'm saying, somebody new, like a Sweetie or like a Kalani or something, like then it would probably be like, okay, girl, like then there's certain things I'll be like, okay, I'm not gonna do this because this girl just did this. You know what I'm saying? But stuff like that, like I feel like people remake videos all the time. Like, you know, even people actually remake the actual video. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, it's like paying homage. And I'm like, if J-Lo did it, like, I don't care. Nothing J-Lo do is ever going to be wrong to me. And nothing Beyonce do is ever going to be wrong to me. So, you know, let's rock with it.
The new thing of 2020 is like, let's hate on everybody. Swear.
Yes. That's where I was going to come in and say. I was going to say, at the end of the day, you see how they really, in the industry, they try to put us against each other? Like, we all inspire each other. Like, look at our hairstyles. Did me and Danny copy each other?
Yes, and y'all didn't tell me. I mean, hello. You know, just like, I copied you too. Like, you know, it's all love. No, actually...
I be looking at it as compliments, because if you copy me, I'm like, everybody copy Rihanna.
Yes.
Everybody copy her nails when she did them, when she changed her hair to red. Like,
that's right.
I'm trying to copy me, copy me.
Oh my goodness. For real. Is another trendsetter is Rihanna. And like, just before we go to the next video, I gotta ask you real quick, because you brought Rihanna up, and I've been wanting to ask you because I read you, that was like your first album that you bought from her. So before we go to this break, I want you to think, what song from that album would you remix from Girl Under the Sun?
Did she have, if it's something that you want, you should make me a girl? Was that was on there?
Yeah, that was on there. Yeah. You would remix that one?
I'll be tight. Yeah. Cool.
But I love it. So we're gonna get into your next video off a movie, and that's Dominican Mommy. And you like, talk to us about that before we see it. Talk to us about that real quick.
I shot that in Dominican Republic, which was my second time going out there from being 8 years old back in the day. So I did not remember.
Wow.
So excuse me. So it was like so dope to be out there and get to see El Capotillo, which is like the hoodest like place in DR. So it was really like crazy to see all the kids. All the kids were watching me while I was yeah, they was looking at me like I was Cardi B or something. I was like, oh my god. But it was really, really dope to be out there. My whole family was out there too. So yeah, it was beautiful. DR is like one of the beautifulest places I've ever been to.
It really is. And the vibe out there, unforgettable. It's just uncompared. I'm sorry. I'm Puerto Rican, but my son's Dominican and my man's Dominican. So I'm all for it, sis. So we're getting into Dominicana now?
Let's go, Dominican Mommy.
Dominican Mommy.
We'll be right back.
Money Aries making beats again.
Dominican Mommy, give me the Bobby. I cop the whip and I'm ready to shawty. You need a hobby, waiting on me in the lobby. Yeah, bitches they copy, kicking that bitch karate. Only the rich, no roddy. I saw your ex and she sloppy. Ooh, Gucci all on my body. Yeah. He tells me, baby, I'm sorry. I don't do sorry. Yeah, only in love with my money. Yeah, you should shape like a Barbie. I get this money like Bobby. Dominican Mommy, diamonds they twerking like Cardi. Yeah. He been my game like Atari. He want my nuts like Safari. I cook a beef like hibachi. I got a pound of Ascari. Yeah, I can see that they jealous. Won't walk in my jealous. Baby, yesterday on my tennis. I broke his heart, it's my fetish. Shawty a bird, feathers. Hey, when she see us together. This is the third, 30. I buy your four and you rent it. I don't do nothing for credit. I don't do nothing for clout. They tryna see what I'm about. Shut up, I sit on your mouth. Bitch, I'm the queen, so just give me some crown. Give me the Bobby, ooh. Dominican Mommy. Give me the Bobby. I cop the whip and I'm ready to shawty. You need a hobby. Waiting on me in the lobby. Yeah, bitches they copy. Kicking that bitch karate. Only the rich, no roddy. I saw your ex and she sloppy. Ooh, Gucci all on my body. Yeah. You tell me, baby, I'm sorry. I don't do sorry. Yeah. Only in love with my mind. Shaped like a Barbie. I get this money like Bobby. Dominican Mommy. Diamonds they talk.
Hey, they gon' be 5 I took a perk and I start feeling naughty. She on my body. As soon as I walk in the party, I gotta go get her. Oh, this liquor, I got no liver. I got dope. She fell in love with a dope dealer. I ain't never been a broke nigga. She wanna ride like a 4-wheeler. Go figure. She got a man, but I'm so realer. She gotta go. She wanna argue with me over posts. That don't even mean that she get too close.
Dominican mommy, give me the Bobby. I cop the whip and I'm ready shawty. You need a hobby, waiting on me in the lobby. Yeah, bitches they copy, kicking that bitch karate. Only the rich, no roddy. I tell your ex that she sloppy. Oh, Gucci all on my body. Yeah. He tells me, baby, I'm sorry. I don't do sorry. Yeah, only in love with my money. Yeah, yeah. You should shape like a Barbie. I get this money like Bobby. Dominican mommy, diamonds they twerking like Cardi. Yeah.
And Dominican mommy.
That was so live. Oh my gosh, the vibe, the energy. Oh my God, the colors were amazing.
Colors. Yes.
The colors were amazing.
So, I mean, I have to ask you, Danny Lee, being a Latina right now in the game, I mean, not right now, being Dominican, being a Latina, especially right now, when we've truly, I don't even want to say we've kicked down the door. I feel like the wall that they try to, Nena, that's gone. They no more walls. Everybody's doing crossover music. Everybody. How does it feel for you to be a Dominican mommy right now in the game?
No, I love it. I love to embrace it because it's dope. Because I don't know, there's not a lot of Dominicans in the game, especially like in my genre. I feel like, you know, it definitely makes me stand out to be that. And of course, like people do block it out because I feel like it was a situation where it's like, no, yes, whatever. But now I do feel like everybody's crossing over. This hip hop artists going into the Latin game, collabing with Latin artists. So it's just like a cool moment for the culture for sure. So I'm hyped.
It's such a beautiful thing to see. Okay, now charity. I know last week you did a little performance for charity, but I always hear you doing performances for charity. And I seen you at the Envision Fest where I took my students and they were, girl, if you could see them tears, real tears coming down their eyes, girl, my high school students. And doing your dances. What is that for you? How important is that for you to keep that, to always give back and always bring it back to that?
It's definitely important. Like, you know, like I feel like God put me in a position to influence people. And I feel like if I don't do my part, I'm not going to continue to get blessed. And of course I do it not for that. It's all genuine, but it's a big responsibility for me for sure to be, you know, in this type of position. So to make sure I give back and make sure it's for a good cause, like it's super important. It makes me feel good, you know? So
I love it. Okay, now we're going to have some fun, Danny. We're going to play a little game.
Okay, so wait. So I just wanted to ask you, like, because before we get into our game.
Oh, I'm sorry.
When you were moved from Miami, right? Then you moved to the Bay?
Academy.
No, I moved to Miami I moved out of Miami when I was 10 and moved to Orlando till I was 16. Then I moved to LA when I was 16 and now I'm 25. So it's about to be 10 years.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Got you. So you have that influence, like, you know, definitely.
It's from everywhere because my parents are also born and raised in New York. So I feel like I have every single city mixed into me. Like, I don't know. Yeah.
Right. And just being all over on tour, going to different cities. What do you have, like a city that's just like is close to home, like your second home, or is
that's such a hard question because people be like, what do you claim? And I'm like, I just feel like, you know, I left Miami when I was 10. So, and my memory is so bad. So I feel like Orlando was where I kind of, you know, grew up a little bit. I went to 9th grade in high school, but I also just feel like LA was everything for me because it's just like where I just grew up, where I started my career. Like when I was 16, I came out here and started homeschooling and then stopped school, like literally to just do this. So it's like, I feel like I'm like a Hollywood baby. Like I just, you know, like it's all I don't have like a normal, went to college, this and that. Like, I didn't even have all that. Like I just worked and it's just all in LA. So I be claiming LA, you know? You hear me?
Trevor?
okay? Because I thought I might have lost you.
Huh?
Right up on my neck, get a check. Yeah, I'll do the best. She want sex, but she give me neck hot. If she on top, me good down to her neck. Let's go. Everybody with me got them sticks out. Never like them, boy, know we got them blicks out. On the shit, so
So I think it froze, but I got when you was going, you were like 16 and you did homeschool, then you stopped just, and then a lot of people don't even realize, anyway, how long you have been in this pursuit, how long you've been actually been working in your, your career, your career path, like starting off being a background dancer. Even Jacina told me earlier, she was like, "Oh, she was signed to Prince." I said, "What?" Like I didn't even know this.
Because
Like
you choreographed one of his videos, right?
I directed one of his videos when I was 18.
It's insane.
That is like, that's amazing. Like,
Not only that, but I'm sorry, but she also choreographed Bop for the baby as well.
Yeah.
And girl, how do you? I mean, we have to take a moment to talk about that because that video made noise. Whoever didn't watch TV or videos was watching.
That was like the best rap video out.
Yeah.
That was fire.
And so now you look back at that and you're like, has your name written on it? How does that feel?
No, it feels so good for sure. I love to tap into different things and really excel at them. Like, it's fun to me. Like, you know what I mean? So even when it comes to like songwriting, like I co-wrote the Dinero song for J-Lo and Cardi B, and like, did you know that?
No.
So
that's it. I'm leaving, Danny.
That's a fun fact. Like that's an exclusive. Thank you.
That is so fire, girl. Oh, you out here. But, oh my goodness.
I mean, so you've done so much from choreographing, songwriting, your own artist. Like at what point, because it's just really like a lot of people, a lot of upcoming artists and emerging artists, they watch these interviews and sometimes it's like you have so much already greatness early on, but that's not the end goal. You know what I mean? Like even for me, like if I wrote for Prince, I'm like, I made it, but then there's so much more ahead of you. You know what I mean? So at what point were you like, no, this is like really happening. I'm on my way. This is not no gas. Like this is my trajectory. At what point were you like really in that moment?
I just feel like there's so many different moments in my life, but I don't know. I felt like a moment that made me feel that way because people have asked me that question, and I'm like, I don't really feel that moment because I just been doing this and I have my like accomplishments pop up and this and that, and it feels great, but I still feel like I'm not there yet. But when I was like on tour, my first like tour, I felt like that was a moment where my Be Yourself tour, it got sold out, and I feel like everybody was singing all my songs, and it was just like packed. Like that was like a moment for me for sure because I just felt like, oh my God, I could sell out a room. Like that's like, what artists wait for and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
No, I love to hear that because I talk to so many young artists and like, oh, JD, follow me on Instagram. I'm like, that's not it. I'm like, no, so you have more to go. Like, that's great, but I need you to like think about the long road. So it's so refreshing to hear all your successes and it actually fuels you to keep going and go harder and top it, because a lot of times people look at it on the outside and they're like, they just want that instant success right then. And as soon as one thing happens, like, oh, I made it. And it's like, it's a business of industry. So I just commend you on that for sure.
Yeah, which I wanted to say, you even feeling like, I don't really feel like I've had that moment. It just shows how genuine you are.
Yes, girl, I need to have like one album, like I need Billboard top. I need that.
And even still then, I bet you will speak to you and you're like,
yeah, no, it's still not enough. I'm definitely like
that. Okay, before we get into your video, another video we have of you, we just wanted to do like a little fun game. So
oops, I rushed the game before. I'm sorry.
We kind of changed their format. We're gonna do it earlier, but so it's a little fun game, this or that, nothing too serious or whatever. But so let's see, do you have it? All right, so I have this or that, dine-in or delivery.
I mean, we in quarantine now. So
right, it's all the they have to dine outside. Diners, you're in Cali.
Right. I do like dining because I like my food real fresh. And I feel like delivery, it ain't really fresh like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I love outside. If I could be outside and eat somewhere outside, I'm definitely gonna do it. But now with COVID, the quarantine is like, I'm
Yeah.
just cooking a lot of fresh food right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that too, but I like to order out. So yeah, I'm with you, Dan.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna ask. Oh, you're
Okay.
gonna do it? Okay.
Okay, go.
Perfect teeth or perfect hair?
Perfect teeth and perfect hair. I like nice teeth. Like my boo gotta have a nice smile. Like, and then it's like, what's perfect hair? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, so
And you can put a little bit of gel on the hair, and all of a sudden it's perfect. That's it.
hair. As long as you got like a nice haircut, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
That's a good one. I definitely have to say teeth too, just because I mean, like it just, I don't know, a great smile, great teeth, and then the kissing part, like, oh no, back up. I can't do it. Okay, laundry or dishes?
Probably laundry. But laundry takes longer. I don't be doing none of that, girl.
You know?
I'm just kidding. But yeah, probably laundry, because dishes, like, I don't really like cleaning my,
And they mess up the nails. The nails start to rip after a while.
Yeah, exactly.
Dishes all day. I throw them in the dishwasher. I hate laundry. My laundry will stay in my corner for days if I don't fold it right away. I'm just like, whatever. I'll just buy some new clothes. I'll just do something else.
No, me is putting them away. So after I wash them, they just fold it in the laundry bag. Like, I'm gonna look through them. Like if it's a file, I'm looking through. Like, oh, I think I could wear this shirt. Take
Right.
the file.
That's so true.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask: oatmeal or cereal?
Cereal.
Who doesn't love a bowl of cereal?
I eat cereal like that no more. But when I was younger, like, all I used to eat was cereal.
Oh my God, me too. I'm the same way. I can't eat it no more like that. But oh my goodness, I could literally eat it every day, all day when I was younger.
What's your favorite cereal?
Ooh, I have like, look at me. I'm like,
mine is Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and
I like that.
just because I bought it recently, that's why it's on top of my head.
I mean, I'm a class with the Frosted Flakes.
I love Frosted Flakes.
But I like the Pops.
Lucky Chocolate Rice Krispies.
Lucky Rice Krispies.
How about Smacks?
I haven't had that in a while. That used to go down on Saturday morning. Smacks used to go down. Like, I love this vibe, guys. But so, all right, last one I wanted to ask you, okay, because I'm getting into all this fitness. So I know your body is exquisite, dancing, everything. When you're working out, are you listening to music or a podcast?
Oh,
I don't really listen to podcasts, so music.
No, music all time. Okay, that's what's up. Okay, so if you had to make a 5-track workout, cool down, and the whole thing, what songs would you put from your music?
For my own music?
Yes.
We started off with Monique.
Okay.
Get us right. Then we gonna hit it with the Keeper. We still up, you know what I'm saying? I got a real hype to it. Then we can go to what's another one? Let's go with shoot. I need something like workout, get me right. Maybe Diamonds on Me.
Yeah. Okay.
Diamonds on Me. That one's pretty long too, so you gotta get everything.
Yeah. My home stretch, I'll be on that like, all right, Dina, like, come on, keep me going.
and then we slowing it down, maybe going to Bullshit, and then we can end it off. Maybe end it off with like Easy.
Okay, you said the right one, because if you didn't say Easy, I'm like, wait, that is my song. And can I just tell you, I love to watch you dance in that video. I just watch it over and over. Like, yes.
That song brings me back to like Janet Jackson, brings me back to like, that old school R&B. And, shouts to you in your bio. I had seen somewhere that it said Latin R&B. It was like R&B twist with Latin feel, and just the fact that it had Latin in it. I didn't get to say this before when we were repping out, the Latina thing, but I really, really love that. I'm like, that's so popping that they're even, putting that in to explain the type of R&B, because you know how they could be, a genre is a genre. We're not, we're not changing it around. So
yeah.
No, that's why representation matters. Like it really does to have those fractions, because at one point it's like, if you wasn't white, you're black. And it's like, no, there's like all these ethnicities and all these like mixtures of things, and it matters to represent, because you're just like inspiring the next little kid who's watching, like, I want to see pictures of me there. I want to see people who look like me. So I think it's really great.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So we're getting into this next video that you have, Levi High. Can you, featuring the baby? Is it your baby? You're featuring your baby, the baby. So can you break that down? Like, tell us the synopsis, like the video a little bit, and what inspired it.
So it was directed by Kat Weber, and we was just on some, like, she wanted it to be very like Bonnie and Clyde like type of thing, and of course like we had to rock the Levi's, so that was like the vibe and like the styling for it. But yeah, and then of course add the little dancing choreography and everything. So I love that video because it definitely looks like a movie, like with the scene and like his character, like his personality is so funny too. So it was dope to just like do, and just showcase both of us together.
Yeah, I love that.
I loved it.
It's a whole vibe, like for real. And wait, you take 4 showers a day?
3 showers a day.
3 showers a day. My type of girl.
I love showers.
Let's get into it. It's Levi High off of Denny Lay's new project, the movie on Major Love with Jacina and Kim.
Baby, I ain't playing by your rules. Everything look better with a view. Why you always in the mood? Fuck around like I'm brand new. I ain't trying to tell you what to do, but try to play cool. Baby, I ain't playing by your rules. Everything look better with a view. I can never get attached. When I start to feel I'm attached, somehow I was in a feeling bad. Baby, I am not your dad. It's not all you want from me. I just want your company. Girl, it's obvious, elephant in the room. We're part of it. Don't act so confused. And you love starting it. Now I'm in the mood. Now we arguing in my bedroom. We play games of love to avoid the depression. We've been here before, and I won't be a victim. Why you always in the mood? Fuck around like I'm brand new. I ain't trying to tell you what to do, but try to play cool. Baby, I ain't playing by your rules. Everything look better with a view. Why you always in the mood? Fuck around like I'm brand new. I ain't trying to tell you what to do, but try to play cool. Baby, I ain't playing by your rules. Everything look better with a view. So why you trying to pay your love on the regular? When you could be blowing up just like my cellular. I will never let a shawty go and set me up. Only thing I need to know is if you wet enough. I'm talking slick back, kick back, gang sipping 40s. You keep playing another day with your shawty. Mismatch fish, that was way before you know me. Got a lot of love, but you better save it for me. We play games of love to avoid the depression. We've been here before, and I won't be a victim. Why you always in the mood? Fuck around like I'm brand new. I ain't trying to tell you what to do, but try to play cool. Baby, I ain't playing by your rules. Everything look better with a view. Why you always in the mood? Fuck around like I'm brand new. I ain't trying to tell you what to do, but try to play cool. Baby, I ain't playing by your rules. Everything look better with a view, yeah.
This is Sheila. How we both superstars. Ain't no other man, no other woman. That's how really doing what we doing. I be your Kim K, you're my Kanye. I hope it's not too much when we go public. But I wanna show you off, I wanna tell the world. I hope that everybody loves it, I'm your girl. Hope TMC don't post the pictures from the club, cause they'll show the world exactly who I love. You love the way I always go and get my bag, and that's to show that I ain't with you cause you rap. You make me better, guess I found my better half. Pick up my superstar, playing new songs in my car, drive through LA and smoke a blunt, thinking about how far we've come. We like a movie, you and I. And I could tell you wanna love me right. I can't sleep without you no more at night, even though I know you gotta catch that flight. I wanna show you off, I wanna tell the world. I hope that everybody loves it, I'm your girl. Hope TMZ don't post the pictures from the club, cause they'll show the world exactly who I love. You love the way I always go and get my bag, and that's to show that I ain't with you cause you rap. You make me better, guess I found my better half. Superstar. When I first fell in love with my superstar, he told me I'm like a girl from a movie. Our relationship was a movie.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Y'all by surprise.
Surprise, y'all thought.
Bye.
Bye.
We wanted to see if you were paying attention.
That's it.
It was like, this looks new. This is different.
This is not the baby. Wait a minute.
That's not him. Who's that boy?
So that was Superstar, guys. And we're really, really sorry. We had a little mix up, but Danny, tell us about Superstar.
Superstar. It's the intro to my movie. So I love it because I just feel like it's just like, boom, right away. It just starts with me, and it's just like intro to like, if it was a movie and it wasn't like my music, it would be like, okay, this is the main character. And it's also introducing like the relationship that is just like a superstar relationship. It's just like a beautiful house, the red light special. It's like sexy. I love my hair. Like all of that was planned out. Like it was just very elegant woman. Like a lot of people haven't seen me in that bag yet. Like, you know, so just how I'm walking slow-mo. I'm not even singing the words. I just wanted you to pay attention to like me, you know what I mean? And the relationship. So that was Superstar, really. So yeah, I love that video. It's so beautiful to me. And the back, like, yeah.
The project in itself is absolutely like a whole mastermind. You guys truly, you like, as you said in the beginning, you put effort into everything you do, and we can clearly see it from beginning to end, you know, especially with this project. So proud of you, Danny.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love that song too. It's so like, it just has that chill vibe. Like, it's like, yeah, baby, I'm here, but like, I'm still not there. You know, like it's a little, you still gotta reach for me. Yeah, I love it.
No, it was produced by Rodney Jerkins too, Dark Child. So
oh yeah, heavy. You've been working with a lot of great people, and even on the movie, I seen like, was that Party? Because I'm in love with him. Was that Party on there that made a guest appearance?
People were like, "Dang, how'd you get Party to get in your movie? He don't even be in his own videos." I was like, man, he loved that song, and two, he's just such a nice person. Like he's so humble and nice.
That was that's what.
That was one of my favorite records on the album too.
Oh yeah. That was the one, Party Next Door. Okay. Oh yeah. My terms. Yes. That has some great quotables in it. Like after I heard it like a couple times, I was like, you know what? I need to start making my notes for my captions. Like this
Right.
has some good captions in there. Like, so who else can you tell us that's in the movie? Like any guest appearances that we may know, like for anyone who hasn't seen it?
Yeah, I had a lot of dope cameos. The first one you see is Mitch, which is the superstar. He's an artist, so he actually is an old friend of mine. So it was dope doing it with him because I was comfortable. You know what I'm saying? It was no like weird guy trying to get at me or like.
Right.
You know, so Mitch, and then in the party video, you see Partisan Fontaine. He's an artist. He tries to get at me like at that part where it's like our level of temptation. Who else is in the video?
I would have given in.
Right. And then who else? And then we have all the boys from Keeper, the Flower Boys.
Yeah.
Blueface made a little appearance in Famous. And then after you see West Side Boogie, you see Fora, so hard to remember. Uno the Activist, Designer, DDG.
Insane.
Yeah, and then I had all the producers in the album, Be Flower Boys, so like Bongo, Gio's a writer with me, Wes, Dan Rue, his funny self, he's more funny. And then at the end you see Coi Leray. Yeah.
Yeah, she had a big acting role on the last song.
We did
Talk
so
about
good too. What we were just like, okay, we just gonna talk about setting up a dude. Like we're like, all right, bet. And we just kept talking and we're like, okay, literally it took like one take to just get that. There was no script, it was just literally freestyle. Like she was so good. We was
That's so fire.
Yeah. It was
No,
fun.
I love it. No, there's so much in there. That's what I was like, you gotta tell people because I'm like, even the fact that you put your whole team and producers and everyone in that, like it's such like a great vibe. So we're just like watching and wishing you the best.
Oh, and Terrence J is in there too. We shot
Terrence J is in there.
we shot on the real 106 in Park couch. You know what's crazy? That shot I did. And then like 3 days later, I got nominated for BET Best New Artist. And then I had to do a Zoom meeting with him. And I was like, we just did this. This is
you manifested that, baby.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, dang, this is crazy.
Yeah. That is big
and
manifestation.
I need to, I'm sorry, I need to like, I know we're all in this light of the album or whatever, but you, in an interview, you had said that your mom, came and, brought you guys to Cali and you, all three of yous, right? It's three of yous. And you all did dancing and singing. But that motivation that went behind your mother to bring you guys to Cali, that's such a gem. That's something like superstar. You had a superstar show you what it was to be a superstar just by being a mother. Please give us a gem from that has brought you to today. Because that's one of the best teachings ever.
If my mom wouldn't have brought me out, I'd probably be in Orlando like a wife or something. Like I don't even know if I would be doing this for real because she put me in dance class. She put me in she tried to put me in like guitar and piano. I didn't want to do it. But like she always pushed me to be great. But I also loved doing it. So it was like she loved supporting it. And she was a very she used to work in Miami for like MTV, so she knew about the business and just wanted to make sure she was with us too, because this industry is shady. So it's like to have her have my back, it's fire, because she's behind all my money too. So it's someone I trust and very grateful for that. It's a blessing and a curse because sometimes we be fighting and stuff. She's Dominican.
But you'd rather fight with your mother than fighting with a stranger,
Exactly. So no, it's definitely.
I needed everybody to know that. I was like, that's such a gem that I took from your story. And I was like, that's so fire.
No, they dropped everything. They had owned restaurants and we lost the restaurants to come out here and stay in a 1-bedroom apartment. It was definitely okay, we came out here to hustle and make it.
And look at you now, baby.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. So what do you have planned for Thanksgiving? Are you cooking? Are you a family's coming over?
I'm not gonna cook. No. I don't really know how to cook. It's so messed up, I know, but whatever. My parents
You'll get there.
Yeah, my parents gonna cook and just spend time with the family. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great family time because I mean, everything else is like, I don't know what it looks like, but we just do the regular stuff. It might be a little bit tweaked now because of the quarantine, but yeah.
It's okay. Family matters, right? Again, it brings us back to that aspect. Who matters? Let's just be with those people and let's keep it cute.
Yeah, I just was like, what does it look like at Danny Lay's Thanksgiving? Like, are you in the kitchen singing and stirring? And
she's holding the turkey, dancing.
We all felt like we all dancing and stuff because my little sister's in a girl group too, Bella Dos. So there's a lot of them. So we all just are musical. My brother, he does music too. So it's like we all just having fun.
So popping.
Yeah, you were in a group with your sisters, right? When you first started, you guys were in a dance group together.
I was in a duo group, but she wasn't my sister. Everybody thought she was my sister, but she wasn't.
Oh, okay. People just thought, okay, that was reported a long time ago. Good to clear that up. Yes. No.
So Danny, it was an honor to have you with us today. I mean, I can't believe this actually happened.
She's so nice. Thank
you. Well, tell everyone like what they should be looking forward to next. Like, what are you excited? What's next for you to share with your fans?
I'm right now just letting people live a movie and love it and just get to know me more by watching it. And then, next year it's just like go time. I'm about to start recording again and just, just tapping into different like business stuff. Sorry. And just like I want to work on like my fashion line, like I want to work on that. Like there's just a lot of goals that I'm about to work in and like do, because all we got is time. So just like movie, they just happened, like just came to my mind type of thing. So who knows what's next? I know something great is gonna be next, I'm sure, but
yes, it will be. I'm pretty sure about that too. Definitely. And we're watching and we're just rooting for you. We're just rooting for you. All the best.
I feel the love. Thank you.
And then so we got another video we're gonna play once we let you get out of here. But make sure if anyone's you want to talk to the fans or tell them anything, drop your socials and where they can find you at.
Yeah, I'm everywhere. I am Danny Lay. And then Twitter, I'm just Danny Lay, but you can just search Danny Lay. I feel like you'll find me.
Right?
So, like, yeah. Follow me, talk to you guys.
Yeah, you talk. I've seen you reply back. I've seen you give you check people when they get out of line. That's that Dominican mommy coming out. Like, okay, mommy, hot tamale, don't play.
For sure. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Don't go anywhere because we're gonna be right back with more from the Major Love Show. Stay here, Danny. Don't leave us. And we have a little baby coming up right now on the Major Love.
Throwback.
Right.
My little baby, change your price tag. That's a hook break. On the watch that. Yeah, I'm on work. If you want that, is your role? Be precise, yeah. My little baby, change your life, yeah. That's a upgrade on your ice, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Night, one night, we need more than one night, yeah. It's all mine when I see you on site, yeah. On site, it's so good you miss your flight, yeah. It's so exciting, yeah. Been waiting to get with you. Oh yeah, can't send love through bitches. Get your chance, baby, don't miss it. Let you take it. I'm the best that you never had. I'm the best that you never had. Yeah. My little baby, change your price tag. That's a hook break. On the watch that. Yeah, I'm on work. If you want that, is your rolling? Be precise, yeah. My little baby, change your life, yeah. That's a upgrade on your ice, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. can't go back. I won't do that. Get it straight, nothing personal. I choose myself, yeah, I'm first. Been waiting to get with you. Can't send love through bitches. Get your chance, baby, don't miss it. Let you take it. I'm the best that you never had. I'm the best that you never had. My little baby, change your price tag. That's a upgrade on the watch tag. Yeah, I'm on work. If you want that, is your rolling? Be precise, my little baby, change your life, yeah. That's a upgrade on your ice, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Best that you never had. I'm the best that you never had.
She not my baby, she my dirty dancer. She got questions, I know money is the only answer. Oh, I love my dirty dancer. Oh, I love my dirty dancer. I love my dirty dancer. She just my dirty dancer. Hey, hold up. The Dustin Skipworth Project. Look, I didn't ever wanna take it back. Now I'm never gonna take it back. I'm gonna hold on strong till I'm breaking backs. Nah, you ain't gonna
Little baby. That was Little Baby.
Yo,
Danny
that
Lee's so fun.
was such a great moment, honestly. Oh, so
I love Danny Lee. She's so fun.
So down to earth. I love to speak to artists that are just, they're just themselves, and they're taking in all the glory, but at the same time, they're able to tell the story, and they're able to just be genuine about it. They're able to feel it, it's not something that's just made up, and or just like, yeah, this is what it is, and that's that.
Whatever. Yeah, no, she's so
like
genuine.
Yep.
Definitely. No, it was good talking, and I learned some new stuff about her too. Like, because I'm an avid researcher, but I learned a lot. I love talking to people who are like open like that to just share their stories,
Yes, and the fact that she wrote for J-Lo, and I had no clue. Like, that is so fire.
Even when you told me she choreographed for Prince, I was like, what?
When I did my research and I found out about the bop too, I was like, wait a minute.
That's dope.
Choreographed. That's huge. That's one of the biggest dance videos of 2019.
Yeah, it was. And it was really helpful in him. Like, DaBaby's known for his music videos. So it's like he really set the tone and like started a great trend in changing the way people do music videos, now making the stories and bringing more comedy into it. Because I don't remember really seeing that like since the Missy, like Ludacris days, where people really got into their videos, like rappers, like rappers. But they usually it's just like in a kitchen or standing around a sink or like doing something in the, but it really had like the plots, the build up. So I love it.
I was actually, you talking about videos like that, I was actually listening to like Shania Twain, and I really went back into like the songs I used to listen to when I was in high school. And all those videos has such storylines to them. Even the Shania Twain, the fact that it was just a slow song, it was a love song, but it had a whole love story behind it. The girls getting mad, but you knew what was happening, without any words.
Right.
Just following the song. I'm like, oh man.
They used to put those huge budgets on videos. Like, remember, I think like Hate Me Now, like Nas, they put like $1 million into the budget, like for a video. Like, I'm doing videos for like $1,500 right now. Like, I wish it would be that good.
Oh my goodness, I love it. I love it. The essence of like, the nostalgia of back in the days, to bring that.
That was
great interview. Where artists like Danny Lee was singing it again, Beyonce, Danny Lee, these artists that are still doing it for us, DaBaby, You know, they're coming strong with their videos, and I love it. Meg Thee Stallion is killing it right now with her videos too. So it's a few. We're
Yes,
gonna get into
bodies
the
out.
new
Yeah.
new.
Well, let's go ahead and get
Go
into it
ahead,
then. Let's
baby.
get
Let's
into it
go.
then. So, okay, over the last week was a few albums that came out, right?
Yes.
So what you were talking about, Megan Thee Stallion, she dropped Good News that came out, which it has some videos that she accompanied with it, Body,
Yep.
and yeah. So and I've been hearing a lot of talk about it. Like I've been like the Twitter, the stallions, the hotties, they are going crazy. Okay.
And let me tell you something. When it came to, it's the Body, and there was one that she dropped 3 weeks ago before the Body, before even the album dropped, and it was so colorful, and it was just, I'm loving Meg right now. I'm
Yeah.
loving her.
Yeah.
I'm loving her.
Yeah, I heard Good News. I really like it. She got a song on with SZA on there. She got I really like the track that she has with Gunna. She has a song with Gunna on there. And she got, I really like my Ratchet side, likes the one with the City Girls, which I was like at first when I see the track list, I was like,
I like
what
that.
is this? Like, okay. But then when I heard it, I was like, this song is really good. Like it's catchy, you know, and I thought I was kind of over the ratchet of me, but then it just like came back.
Are you crazy? That's never gonna leave you, girl. That's gonna be forever.
Came
And
back.
you know what? Not for nothing, but I really, Meg is really doing it for me with like the Little Kim one. You know, that whole era of Little Kim, and I'm really feeling that right now with Meg, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, she has bars. I think like
Oof.
her strong point is I feel like her strong point is definitely her bars. I think some of the choruses can do a little bit better, but that's just my opinion. But I think like her strength is really her verses and like her snaps. You know, she do not care. And she's just like all about, you know, being that like tough chick that's not gonna let a guy, you know, just like manipulate her or use her. You know, it's like, let's turn the tables. Like you look at me like I'm a piece of meat. Well, I look at you like you're a piece of meat. Okay. Are you on the grill? Chop you up, you know.
For real.
Yeah, but a lot of new music came out last week. Also like what Jeezy, he dropped a project too.
Yes, the Recession too.
Okay, Jeezy dropped. And then we had Future and Little Uzi Vert with Pluto, Baby Pluto.
Pluto, yep.
Have you heard that one?
And I haven't heard that one, I'm gonna be real, but I've seen the comments, and it's like 50-50. Like some people are like, well, this is wah, and then some people are like, wow, they should do albums together all the time. So I haven't heard it myself, so I'm not gonna speak on it, but this is what I'm hearing about it.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to listen to it yet because I just like listen to one album over and over because I'm weird. Like as soon as I hear something, like I don't like it at first. I don't know if I take it too much music, but it's hard to just catch me. I do have to hear it over and like hear those nuances. Like I literally have to hear it in my car so I could hear like the different frequencies or like, oh, they pan to the right on this part. Oh, they pan to the left. Like I'm such a freak. Like I don't take in music like a normal person. So it's like more of a little sign. So I've only been listening to Meg Thee Stallion Good News like all weekend.
Well, that's good.
And Danny Lay, because she's in my playlist for like working out. So I've just been listening to her. I love that album movie.
But it's good to hear because I felt a little fake that I would hear an album and I'll be like, nah, I'm not with it. And then all of a sudden my homegirl will be like, oh, yo, did you hear that album? No, listen to it again. Or she'll come over and then she plays it. And I'm like, ooh, I'm like, damn, I'm fake. When I was by myself, none of this hit. And now all of a sudden, because my friend liked it, I'm over here bopping to it.
No, I think like, I don't know. Sometimes it's just,
I don't grow on you.
Yeah, it does. You know, maybe because it's different, or even I'm more like things that are familiar. I don't like remixes a lot of times because especially people that I like she has this Biggie. The first track is like a sample of Who Shot Ya. So that's interesting that she used that. And she was shot in the foot allegedly. So like it just was like, I don't know.
We don't even want to say allegedly, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, but we're only saying that. I want people to
because there's a legal case going on.
Because there's a legal case going on. We don't want to say that we don't believe Megan because we're not, or she has to prove herself. We're not saying that. We're just saying that right now, this is, this is the way it's being told.
Right. But I like that she's, playing on it. She's using that because people are going to ask anyway. People are going to say speculate. So it's important for you to tell your own story. But I say all that to say the sample she used was Biggie. And like I always get protective over like, certain iconic, like even with like Easy E, it's like, oh, don't touch that. Like I'm the person that's like, don't touch that. Like let it be. Like you don't want the people to remake like a movie that you like you don't want another, like if it's great, the first one, like Belly. Why do we need a Belly 2? We don't need a Belly 2. Whose idea was to do that?
Now with the music is one thing, but when it comes to shows and movies, and I'm like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't remake classic movie. That's classic for a reason. We gotta go always back to the old one, like don't remake it. So I'm with you on that.
Yeah, but so it just took me a while to get used to the samples and stuff, but now I'm loving it. Like I'm like, okay, she did it justice, but at first I was like, oh, why did she do this? But like I'm like, just take it in, sit with it. So that's just my quirkiness. But yeah, I've been listening to that and yeah, but I'm looking forward to hearing the other new music that's out too. Like let's see, we have a whole list of music that's come out recently.
Yeah, there's a few things. Well, we said Future. I think there's one we're missing from the list.
Okay, we had Rich the Kid and Young Boy. They put out a collaboration. It's called Nobody's Safe.
Okay.
So Rich the Kid, we haven't heard anything from him in a while. He collaborated with Young Boy Never Broke Again, which is really big because Young Boy Never Broke Again is like the #1 streamed artist on YouTube, on Spotify, on iTunes. Like the kid drops a song or a whole project like every week, and he's like gone. So I think that was really good. He's like to the stars, off in the moon. So I think Rich the Kid, that was a good move for him to get aligned with and never Young Boy Never Broke Again because your song's gonna be on all the playlists, it's gonna be everywhere if you have a song with him. So that was good. And then also, yeah, French Montana dropped Coke Boys 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Number 5.
Yeah.
Sheesh, French. And let me tell you, shouts to French and all he's doing with the, with the younger rappers as well. Because there's, you know what I'm saying? Like he's really involved. So it's good to see French, dib and dab and do what he does.
Yeah.
He's kept the same momentum.
Yeah.
I like it.
So we got next week, Juicy J's gonna drop a project, and also who's gonna drop a project? Young Thug. So you guys look out for that.
So, you mentioned Jeezy earlier, and I mean, we just have to touch base a little bit on the versus that happened because I feel like it was a big moment for hip hop.
It was.
And it was a big moment as well for me watching the violence happening right now. We've seen a lot of young rappers lose their lives to violence recently. And to see two men in the game that have been in the game with real beef behind them come together like that and still seeing the tension, because in the beginning there was still tension. Towards the middle, there was tension when Jeezy had to say, well, I think somebody's going to have to learn today. I didn't have to really do this, but man to man, let's do it for the culture. This is something bigger. It's something bigger now. It's not about my boy. It's not about, like we have to move on from that. We have to grow from that and we have to do better. And I feel like that's what that versus was about. So shouts to Versus again and for really putting that together because I even feel like with Monica and Brandy, it was seen like, we knew that they were rivals for a little bit too. And it wasn't something that was gossip. It was real. So again, watching these artists, these legends come together and I mean, I'm not going to say whose side I was on, but let me just leave my opinion. I was going to say.
Well, that's what it's for. I mean, honestly.
To me, there was no comparing. But when it comes to Jeezy, I mean, there's just so. But the idea behind it and the fact that they squashed that beef and the fact that there was so much more going on, it was beautiful to see. And not to mention 1.8 million viewers.
That's just the viewers, not even the impressions that people were watching YouTube. That wasn't streams on people's television. So that part I think was really, really amazing and really impactful. Like you said, because a lot of people don't understand that it was a person, like there was two people that lost their lives with their beef. Like they don't understand like sometimes like art imitates life and sometimes life imitates art, and that's why it was important for Jeezy to kind of put a cap on the situation when it was getting escalated, when it looked like Gucci Man was really stuck in his bag, like, hey, like literally when he played that song, the truth is really his diss to Jeezy when the assailant went to go try to injure, killed Gucci Man, and the other guy, he ended up self-defense. So it was like he was putting that out there, but he wanted to stay in that moment. And I thought it was really big for Jeezy to like acknowledge it, but why we're here today though is not to rehash the past, but for us to show that we can go forward in light of like King Von's death, and also another artist, Mo3, that was just killed. Even Boosie got shot at the Mo3's um, uh, like a celebration of not his funeral or his passing, but like they had a club appearance, and they were like for the streets and the fans, they were gathered, and someone shot at little Boosie, like a retaliation thing, because in Dallas it's so much like cliques and separation, and it's important because a lot of times the kids now, they're just the gang stuff, they're singing about it, but they don't really see like, hey, this is the music is imitating life, and it's just it's an effect until we stop and we say like, hey, I'm going to be an example. Like people lost their lives, and if I can put this down and we could be men and shake hands and go forward, not saying we're going to be best friends, but we're going to call a truce, and we're not going to take shots at each other, we're not going to perpetuate the violence in each other. We're in the same city. Imagine being two heavyweights, and honestly, Gucci Man really has way more heat than Jeezy. Jeezy is an icon, granted, but Gucci is in the streets right now with the kids. He's signing kids out the street, actively bringing kids out. So for him to have that, that attitude, I'm so glad he switched it around, because I was nervous, like, oh my God, what is happening? Like, I really was nervous, like, is like, I don't want this, because just like with Biggie and Tupac, even if they were on the phone and saying, well, let's squash it, maybe people didn't see, and someone's like, no, I love Tupac, I'm gonna ride for him, so I'm gonna kill Biggie. I love Biggie, so I'm gonna ride for him, and I'm gonna kill him. Like, we have to get in front of these things. We can't just let it handle it behind closed doors, like make a big mess in public, but I'm gonna call you and say, oh, I'm sorry. No, let's go in the public and let's do it in the public so people could resolve too, and they don't have to feel like, well, I'm not even gonna support him. Because I'm not like one of those people, but I wouldn't even listen to some Tupac music at one point because I was such a Biggie fan. So if it could make someone just stop listening to you, you realize you have a big impact. So I thought it was really, really good that they were able to squash it and go forward. The kids definitely needed to see that and understand, like, it's better to live. You know what's fly? Living. You know what's like hot and what's cool? Living. That's what it is. Not like all the other stuff.
And it's cool for two grown men to talk out their problems. That's cool too. You know what I'm saying? That whole idea of talking out your problems. That whole idea of that's what it was. Let's bring it back to what is now. You know what I'm saying? And growing from that, because there's no growth. There's no growth. Look at 50 Cent. You think he would have been anywhere if he would still been upset after getting shot 9 times? It's that whole, you know what I'm saying? It's that night, I gotta change my life. It's not
he's
about
still a troll.
That happened.
He's petty, but he's good though.
Oh my God, he's so good at it.
He's the best troll ever. But that we have some Twitter feeds, right? And so just to play off of that, Gucci Man tweeted out. This was today. He actually tweeted out this morning, "You live and you learn."
Yep. I love that.
So that's like just a testament. Like, I love that grown man stuff. He has a child on the way. They just they're having a boy, Keisha Kayor is pregnant, his wife. So, I'm just wishing them the best. Like, more life, more celebrations, leave what's in the past, and just, go on and spread love.
And honestly, this is the way. That's right. I like that, Kim. And again, it's a way to to grow. There's no growth without this. You know what I'm saying? Especially for the culture, for hip hop itself. We needed this, you know, to be able to grow, to be able for music to change, or to even to bring back the nostalgia of the back in the days type of feel. How we're doing that when we can't be doing that when everybody's at war, and you know what I'm saying? So I love it. And I love the little way you just threw in the spread love, because then we should just go into spread love, right?
Well, let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's go. So you already know that we like to do the gossip thing here, but at the same time, we have to show the light that celebrities are putting, and not only celebrities, but people
Regular
in our local neighborhoods and communities.
Yeah, it's important.
Right? So today I'm gonna start out with Kids Care Crew NYC. Now I have a homegirl I used to work with, one of my friends I used to work with back then. When friends become family, but her daughter's a part of this crew. And when I tell you, during the pandemic, they were out giving homeless masks. These are little kids. You guys, please go to the Instagram, check it out. These are little kids with their parents, obviously, on the sides, truly just promoting goodness. They were out today, skipping school, but they were still doing a good thing.
Not skipping school.
So they were out giving turkeys, guys. With PNCY car it's a cars type of organization. They have luxury cars, and last year they gave over like 2,000 turkeys. Like the drives that they do, it's insane. Please, guys, check it out. PNCY and Kids Care Crew NYC. Insane. I just had to shout that out. And they're doing it for the community.
Yeah, kudos to them.
For the community. And the kids too. I love to see it. I was even thinking like, oh my God, these parents are like, they have their kids out there right now. It's a really scary time.
Right.
But for their parents to not even be thinking like that, and just to be saying like, we got to teach our kids how to give back. Because that's what it really is about. And I love that. I love one hand washing the other, and in the community.
Yes.
Beautiful thing.
Yes.
And then we have Gabrielle Union, who joined Amazon, just like Ciara last week. So Gabrielle joined Amazon, right? And they had this thing called Amazon Smiles Charity. And it's like a list. It's like a wish list.
Okay.
She bought hundreds, didn't even say the name, but it said hundreds of gifts on those wish lists and sent it out to people.
Wow, that's so awesome. Yeah, way to give back. They're always doing stuff. Gabrielle and D-Wade,
they really, really are. There's a few celebrities that always show light with like the giving back, and she is definitely one of them. And shouts to Amazon. Amazon has came a long way. They're making lots of coins right now, but
they are making lots of coins, lots of them.
It's too many of them.
So they got to give back. Like, they got to give back. That's a good tax write-off.
But we give them credit that they are. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the tax, it's there. The work is there.
It is true.
So we got to give credit where credit is due, Kim. Come on.
All right. Shout outs to Amazon Smile Charity then. Okay. Big up.
Okay. And now Russell Westbrook was out in LA in Jesse Owens Park, and they did a whole turkey drive, and they gave out food and turkeys. And again, he's a young NBA star, and I love to see it. Take your money, use it for the good, whether it's tax off, whatever. I want to see the footwork.
Yeah.
So, we got to spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. And
yeah, that's dope. That's dope. I love that. That is so cool.
And again, for me, it's about, like we said I say it all the time. Anytime I've ever talked about spreading love, it's down to a simple smile, down to a nice gesture, holding the door for somebody, saying somebody looks nice, making a phone call that you usually wouldn't make on a daily basis, giving, we always say, because I know in my neighborhood, I see bums. Sometimes I see bums. I don't want to call them bums. I see homeless people. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to even say it like that. But I see homeless people on a wheelchair.
No, I understand. It's lingo.
when you give them the money, girl, I've seen them walk off the wheelchairs.
Yeah.
Like I've seen this in my
Yeah.
own neighborhoods.
Right.
Same guy that's on the wheelchair every day. But sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give you $1 today. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
sometimes I'm gonna, you know, because it's just, it goes back to that whole peace of mind and giving people that peace of mind or giving people that hope. And I
Yeah.
feel like that's what it really is for me, you know, with the whole spread love thing, is giving that people that hope.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got to. I love it. Like I'm on board with you. I'm the same way. Like I feel like our personalities always are just like equal match.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like you just never know. Even just hold, like what you said, holding a smile, it could change your own attitude. You know what I mean? Sometimes I read, and I try this too, like when I'm going through things, but if you hold a smile for 30 seconds, like just hold it, like it's real weird, but you have to hold it for 30 seconds and it literally changes your hormones. It starts to help your serotonin increase, your serotonin levels increase, and you're gonna feel better. So that's just, a little tip, someone to try if they're having
Wow.
problems, especially like I'll do it because I'm impatient, road rage. So I'm like driving and I'm like, before I start like, what are you doing or stupid? I'd be like,
They're
just
probably looking, they're
yeah.
probably looking at you too in the other car, like, all right, I just got off and she's smiling away.
And
She like that.
that's exactly what it is. So I'm trying, because I live in Texas, and this is a state where the Second Amendment is heralded. So more than likely 8 out of 10 people have guns on them. So road rage is,
You better keep that smile on you, sis.
yeah, you don't want to get into it with the wrong person. It's just, I've seen it. I've seen things like in a second, just from temper. So me, I like to diffuse situations, stay in a little positive place. And it's always better to not let their energy change yours. But that's just my little word of the day for
And
tonight.
I wanted to ask you too. We talked about this a little bit earlier when you said you went to the Dave Chappelle thing, the Dave
Yeah.
Chappelle show. And I heard on the radio that they're thinking about bringing concerts back,
Yeah.
but everybody has to show up with a negative COVID test, or maybe get
Do it
tested
there.
on the spot, do it there. How do you feel about that? I mean, you did it. How did it
Yeah.
feel? Because
It felt good.
literally, I just heard it and I was like, oh, I'm going to ask that on the show. I was actually going to ask Danny how she felt about doing concerts again, if that was,
Yeah.
and I didn't get to, but how
Yeah,
did
we
you
didn't get to it.
feel?
I felt really good. Like I said, I felt secure. I felt safe. Only thing, I just get a little paranoid about giving my personal information or whatever. That's
Okay.
just, I don't like myself flown around. But as far as in like the test, I thought it was a great idea for them to test people. It was rapid testing, so we got the results before you even could go in. You have to get your results back. So, because to me, even if I bring a negative test, how do I know that from the time that I got my negative test, I haven't been exposed and I still could be a
Yes.
carrier? Or, like sometimes people are asymptomatic. So if you don't have the symptoms, you may like, oh, well, I'm fine, but you still could be carrying it to give it to someone else. So, I think it's better. I think that the implementations that people are making, it's important to save lives. Like it's literally claimed like over 200 million, 200,000 people have passed away, and we're like 1.5 million infections in the United States. So that's a lot. I just think that any precautions, anything that they're saying, like, hey, get tested, social distancing, stay in your little pod, because like with Dave Chappelle, you had to buy 4 tickets. So
It
it
was
was
like
like,
family.
yeah, exactly. So they have groupings of four. So it was spaced out, and the place that I was at was the House of Blues, and I think it holds like
Ooh,
almost 600, but it was like 200 people in there because it was
okay.
so spaced out. They did not fill it up. It wasn't even half capacity, because me, like, I'm not. I like sitting close. So I was like, I'm not gonna sit where's, and they're like, oh, that's blocked off. I was like, that's blocked up, that's blocked up, that's blocked up, that's blocked up. I'm like, we should have been on time. But at the end of the day, it was really, really nice, and he took care of everything. He made it worthwhile. So I think it also helps when you have an artist that's thinking about that in their head. Like these people went through the COVID test. They paid $300 for a ticket. They had to stand in 2 lines just to get tested, then go in another line to come in. They couldn't bring. So I think when they take those type of things in consideration, they give back. It makes it worthwhile, because I definitely would have paid after going through the whole thing, I would definitely say I would pay. If that's, the person you like to see, it was definitely worth it. It
I
was
was
definitely
such a concert junkie that I'm
yeah.
like, girl, even when it comes to Broadway shows, I'm like, I'm be real, I've pretty much seen all the shows on Broadway, but
Yeah.
I like to repeat them. Like that's how much I
Yeah.
love Broadway.
But you know what? It's different
So
though,
I'm so
Jacina.
for it.
But see, it's different with music. So comedy is one thing because I can sit down, but I don't think going to a concert and being separate. Like the whole point is like you got someone right here, you're
I
dancing
know
with
what
them,
you're
you're
saying.
squeezing to the front of the
The
stage, like
energy.
excuse me, I don't know how I would be just like in a little box and I'm like, hey, well, like, what are we doing? We playing dominoes, we're playing cards here, like I don't know what's happening, but and then from the artist perspective, how do they get the energy if people are so far back? Because now you have a bigger barrier to the stage. No one's going to be that close. So how do they feed, off of that energy when people are like in little pods?
I didn't even think of it like that, but you really got to throw it out. It makes sense. It really does make
I mean,
sense. This is
I've
when
been
I saw it
going
first.
to concerts since I was like 12, I think. Like I snuck into
I
my
love
first
it.
concert. So it was like Cypress Wood or Cypress Hill, or I don't even know who the band was, but I just snuck in because they were playing in my neighborhood record
Did you
store.
just say Cypress what?
Cypress Hill, I'm sorry.
Cypress Hills. You better, yo, be real. I'm friends with Be Real, girl. He could be tuned in right now, sis.
I'm sorry.
House
I'm
of
bad.
Cypress Hills.
I'm bad with band
Y'all
names.
popping.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
I snuck in, so I'm like, I'm not surprised what I do today because it's always been in me. Like I just loved it. I just snuck in because I wanted to be on the scene. I didn't even know what was happening.
Now, this is where I saw it for the first time yesterday was at the AMAs, which we
Okay.
should get into right now.
Yes, let's get into the
And
AMAs.
I'm like, wait a minute, there's people there because that's to I can't even say her name. Tajari
Taraji.
All right, you said it for me.
Taraji.
What's wrong with me? So as she was performing in the beginning, I'm like, but I hear people there. Like I was bugging out. Like I thought it was just the empty stadium, which was kind of sad for me to see with one of the last award show that it was a whole empty stadium.
Yeah.
I mean, even for the artists that, they as kids, they grow up, with that whole
Right.
idea of singing to the thousands of people and hearing, as Danny Lay said, one of her moments that she felt like she made it was everyone singing with her.
Yeah, and
You know
seeing
what
the
I'm
whole
saying?
place filled out with all the heads, that gives you so much energy,
Oh my, honestly, I really cannot imagine as an artist. It's a class of 10 students that when they get my lesson, I'm like,
Yeah.
that. Like that's right.
Yeah.
I did everything right because they learned it. I'm going home feeling great. I can't imagine what it is for you to sell out a stadium of people who is singing your song.
Yeah. It's like the virtual heads, how they do with sports. They have like the
funniest.
virtual crowd. It's like people like cheering from home.
Did you see Lil Wayne when they were like, Lil Wayne, we don't appreciate, he took like a little smoke break. They were like, we don't appreciate you taking the smoke.
Yes, I sure did.
So let's get into the AMAs.
Okay.
So I was super excited to know that they expanded the Latin.
Okay.
They gave, I think, 1 or 2 more Latin awards than they usually did. The categories.
Okay.
And they were Latin categories. And I was like, and then Bad Bunny. I'm a Bad Bunny.
Love Bad Bunny. Yes, me too. Yes, me too.
He gave the one of the awards, and Becky won.
Oh, Becky G. Okay.
Yes, Becky won, and she gave such an awesome speech. And her being a Mexican Latina, and just everything the Mexicans went through, the last president in power, and just feeling truly attacked, because he was really truly attacking a specific. Besides all immigrants, he was specifically attacking them. So to hear her speak and to hear her speak about women and her grandparents, and she basically said like, my parents were immigrants who came to this country to do something, and I'm the proof that what we come for is
Yes,
not
it can be done.
nonsense. Like we're
Yes.
coming for a reason. And I was like, I'm at home like,
Right.
I totally love that. What about you? Tell me. Oh,
Okay,
and yeah,
so the AMAs. Okay, so my highlight was definitely hometown girl, H-Town hottie. Okay, when Megan got her award, I thought she looked great.
she
Okay,
did.
she's like don't get me into line. Well, I know she won with Cardi B,
She
and
won the hip hop best hip hop, I believe. It was
yes,
hip hop
she won.
female.
Okay, and then she won the song with Cardi B, WAP one also. So yeah,
Yes.
I was just excited for Megan Thee Stallion, like watching her from the beginning when I worked with her, when she wasn't even had a deal. She was just like her driving in a car doing shows for $300 to now accepting awards. Like it just warms my heart up because I've seen that growth since 2016, 2017, and now it's just like so deserving and everything that she's been through. Like it just is like, oh, this is so great. Like win. Like it's a win for everybody. So that
And I
was
know,
really exciting for me to watch.
and I know the weekend was up for 8 awards, but he was
Hmm.
running for eight,
Five.
and she was also
Okay.
running for 5. So
Okay.
they were the two
Yes.
top. So go
Yes.
ahead, Megan girl.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for her. Like she's doing really great things. And of course, Cardi, like all the winners, I seen someone else, someone else had stuck out to me. It was in a different genre. I think it was Shawn Mendes. I think
Oh,
Shawn Mendes, I love him. He's a great songwriter. He's so
okay.
amazing, great singer. I love his music. And he had something. I think he won something too.
And if I'm not mistaken, I thought so. J Lo performed. They didn't give. There wasn't a tribute to her last night, was it?
No, she
She just
performed with Maluna and Pai.
Maluma. Yeah.
Yeah, and Pai Tai. Pai Tai. I don't know how to say it.
I only saw her and Maluma, so I'm not even gonna play on
I
that.
think on the instruments.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah, I
okay,
think
okay.
like on the instruments. Yeah, it's like instrumentalist. Yeah. But yeah, they were saying that it was resembled too much of Beyonce's Drunk and in Love performance. So people were, attacking her on Twitter, saying that she stole and copied Beyonce and this and that. That's why I was like, is it really stealing or is it, paying homage or
That's
is
right.
it, just the influence? You know what I mean? Because we could say like J Lo stole the dances from Rosie Perez, like
Or the lyrics from
I
Ashanti.
love Rosie Perez. That's the original dancer.
I mean, we could go on with the things that they steal, but
Yeah.
I mean, again, we don't. I always said that. I said, now when, like, okay, like the Kardashians, I'm probably gonna get heat for this, but when are we gonna loosen the tie a little bit that they're culture vultures? Like, we get it, we totally get it, right? But now that Kim is married to Kanye for over a certain amount of years with 4 black, beautiful babies, like
Yeah.
when does that narrative change? And again,
Mm.
I'm not saying that they don't take from us. I'm not saying that when I see her with braids, I'm not like, sis, I don't even wear braids like that out here. I'm not saying that I don't feel those things, but at the same time, when do we let go of that a little bit? When do we say, it's not so much of a vulture. When do we take
Yeah.
pride in them copying us?
Yeah. I
You know what
think
I'm
that
saying?
I think that when we get recognition for them
Amen.
in our influence,
That's
because
right.
I don't blame her necessarily because it's like if you're attracted to a certain lifestyle or culture, that's what you're attracted to. That's fine. But it's the difference when you kind of neglect, like with the braids. So for her, if she wears braids and they're like, oh, this is a new style. This is so couture. This is so exquisite. You've seen them talk about like, Keisha with braids saying she's ghetto. So it's like, I feel like
True.
it's up to you to be like, no, this style was inspired by Keisha. like give credit to where credit's due, and that way
Yeah.
you're not being a culture vulture. People can't say you're a culture vulture, and I get it. It's a fine line. I do get it, but I do think like when you have that power and that certain European outlets and sites, they herald you as starting things that's been around for like 100 years. Like, come on, like Nefertiti, like she actually had all that. Like
Yeah.
it's not the Kardashians, you know what I mean?
You're
So
right.
it's
You're
not
totally
any,
right.
and it's not any of us. It's not Diana Ross. It's not
So
any
give
like this has
credit
been,
where
yeah.
credit is due, and then we'll give you the props.
Yeah, and
Because
I mean she wears it well. Like I will not deny when I see her rocking something, it be hitting, honey.
it
I
hits
want
all
to
the
go buy
time.
it too.
I'm like,
So
I'm
it
like,
be
why?
hitting.
I'm like, why she's at the Grammys with a hairstyle that I don't even dare go outside with? Like, what
Right.
happened here?
Rihanna does that well too. Like Rihanna, she's such a
Oh,
superstar. She can wear a sheet, and I'll be like, "Where's my sheet?" And they're
oh
like,
my.
"It doesn't look like that." But no, she could do no wrong in my eyes at all. She's a
But I
superstar.
agree
But
because those braids when it came out, they were the Pop Smoke braids, the ones I'm
yeah,
talking about recently. And I did hear that there was a black hairstylist that perfected them for her, and
okay.
she gave credit to her hairstylist.
Oh
So
wow.
I was playing devil's advocate right now when I
Okay.
said, because that's what it is. It's about
Oh, I
giving us
didn't
the
know that.
credit.
Yeah, it is. You
It's
have
about giving
to.
us the credit. That's right.
But you know what? Like you mentioned, she has 4 children who are black, who are mixed. She's gonna realize representation matters at some point. It's not about actually,
Yep.
reading about it or like, oh, I understand. No, you're gonna live it because your children will be going through that, and that's kind of hard, even because you want to protect your kids. You don't want your kids to experience any issues. Like I will take any pain rather than my child take pain. I want the discrimination. I don't want my child to go through any type of discrimination. You know what I mean? So it's just really interesting to see it play out. But I think honestly, I think that she has a good heart just from what I've seen, even with her giving back and trying to help with prison reform. I do feel like she puts that energy out there to change, like be a positive change
I
in the
think she's
culture.
getting better. I think,
Yeah.
as the years are going by, and
Yes.
she's really coming into her
Yeah.
her
Yeah.
entrepreneur self, and really, I feel like it's the narrative. It is changing a little, but it's
It's
true.
changing a little.
Give
Yeah,
credit.
give it. Yeah, you got to pay attention to stuff like that. I mean, just like with her her line of clothing, the Skims, she had to change the name of it because it was like kimono, and that was like
Yep.
cultural appropriation. But my question is, what it like? Where do we draw the line at cultural appropriation? Because I was the other day, I had got a henna tattoo on my hand,
Okay.
and my friend, we were walking past a Middle Eastern lady, and she was like, I wonder what she thinks about your henna. And I was like, well, what do you mean? She was like, you're culture appropriating. And I was like, how? And I was like, oh, I am. Is that something? Like, I never thought about it. Like, so we've taken their spiritual religion or spiritual aspect of religion, and we've turned it into a trend. And, oh, I'm going to get it for my birthday. I'm going to get it because I'm going out. So
Just like
where's the line at?
just like recently with Cardi, and she got a lot of backlash for the Reebok, and
Okay.
it was like, when oh my God, what religion is that? That it almost looks like it's the woman with all the hands, the Indian woman with all the different
Oh,
hands,
Hindi. Okay, like
and they
Hinduism.
were not okay with that.
Okay.
They were
Wow.
not okay with that. And she came on and she was like, I'm so sorry,
Yeah.
with trying to look good and liking ideas. Never would have thought that I was,
Be
she said
offensive.
sorry.
Yeah.
Again, it comes to that,
Yeah, no, it is. That's why I said I never thought of it, but I'm like, wow, I could be. So the first I told my friend, well, when I know I have a friend, I'm gonna ask some of my friends that are of that descent, like, how do you
For
feel about
real.
that? I really want to get a focus group and find out, because until we start discussing or talking about these issues, we're not going to know what offends, and it's not to be like step on eggshells all the time, but just have general conversations, because if we can be aware of what we do and how our actions are offensive to other cultures and other people, then I feel like we'll have more common ground. And I'm not saying like everyone should be sensitive or so politically correct on every single thing. But like it was just funny, like even with Dave Chappelle, he was like talking about gay people and he made a joke. He was like, I don't like the LBG community. Like
Oh
I like
my,
the LBs, but not the T's, and it's like
I heard that whole
talking
joke.
about, and it's just like stop it. But at the end of his story, it was a good message. But it's just like
Yeah.
how people jump on every single thing. And it's like, like you can't say nothing if you say boo, like, oh, that's ghost appropriation. Now you're offending ghosts, like anything we do is like cultural appropriation. So, I'm like, I think, we just have to take it with a grain of salt too.
Yeah. Wow, Kim, we're almost coming to the
Yeah.
end.
And didn't we have a great show?
We really
Denny
did.
Lake killed it. I mean, wow, she really gave us some great information, great stories, like stereo.
Oh my God. And then no, the you perfect tea for hair. And it's so true. Wait a minute. Who says
Yeah.
who has perfect hair?
Yeah.
In my hand saying it's not perfect.
Yeah, true. No, I mean a perfect hair day. Sometimes I don't have a perfect hair day, but overall, like, yeah, you could definitely just put it in a slick bun.
Girl,
Some
from
baby
here, this
hair.
looks good. From
It
here.
does.
But if I turn around, you're gonna see the bumps back here. I'm telling you, it ain't never a
Yeah.
perfect hair day, sis.
Yeah, right.
But that was a lot of fun. We definitely had a lot of fun today. And next week we have Shabazz the OG.
Okay, Shabazz the OG will be in the building.
And we're gonna talk good stuff. So everybody in the chat, get ready.
Yeah.
We're gonna I'm not saying it's gonna be controversy, but we're gonna talk real stuff.
Okay, yeah, always.
Rights, and we're really gonna get the feels next week. So I hope y'all ready. Yes.
I am definitely ready. I want everyone to have a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Like literally, like what are you what are you grateful for? Like what are you thankful for this year? Because there's a lot of stuff that happened with the quarantine. Like we're just talking about coronavirus and getting tested, but we're still here. So what are you grateful for?
Well, I must say, I'm always grateful for family. Like, I'm always grateful just for having that but I really feel like this year showed me self. It showed me that it gave me time to sit and really put perspective on everything I do. Taking a step back, not being able to run to work, not being able to run to the show after, not being able. I said, wait a minute. I really took a moment to really tell myself, like, girl, you do a lot.
Right.
And now you not only take the step back to just give back to your home, which I was lacking as well, but to just to just take that moment and be proud of who you are. And I really, really, really have to thank this year for that. You don't understand, Kim. Like I really it really put me into perspective, like to really put my life into perspective this year. With the sicknesses, with everything in general, like just being grateful for just being and mentally okay, mentally at peace. Because I was able to survive this because I was mentally okay. I was able to stay home, and weeks were going by and I didn't even realize that I was home. I was like, all right, maybe I'm getting too used to this. What's happening? I gotta start a YouTube show or something like that. Like I gotta. How about you, Kim? What could you say that you're thankful?
You know what? As similar to what you were saying, I just feel like it's brought so much clarity, so much internal growth. Like I picked up some wonderful new habits, and I dropped some habits that I didn't need in my life. So I feel like, it's just been a test of it's been testing my faith. It's been testing my resilience and been testing, myself and like what I really thought, kind of what I wanted. Sometimes we wait, like, well, we have to be ready for something. Let me make sure this, that. But it's like, oh no, like, if you don't get out there and do it, you're never going to be ready, so I think that it definitely taught me a lot, gave me a lot of clarity on things. And I feel stronger, just even from a birthday reflection. I just had a birthday. So just like that whole year, my birthday is always around Thanksgiving, obviously. So I'm always really reflective at this time. Like I'm always like really like analyzing. So I love having my birthday around Thanksgiving. It's my favorite holiday. And I think like that's why I always like I'm a February baby. So I'm like I'm born from a love affair. And then I came out and next to Thanksgiving. So I'm just full of love and passion. So,
I'm so thankful for that love affair, Kim.
yes, exactly. So I'm just like, I'm just blessed. Like I said, I'm just blessed and I feel really good. I learned a lot about myself, most of all. And yeah, I feel stronger. I feel stronger.
And
Going
I
forward.
feel the same way. And I
Yeah.
thank you again for a great show, Kim.
Yeah, we had great show. Shout out to Danny Lay for coming through, Def
Yes.
Jam. Shout out to like all of our producers on the show, Molly and Trevor, our executive producer.
We gave Trevor
Diesel.
a headache today. We gave Trevor and Diesel headaches today. We're very, very sorry.
We did.
Best. DMP, shout out to DMP.
Powered by DMP, the best in the business. Okay.
And Dash, of course.
Of course, we love Dash. Thank you. And Twitch holding us down.
That's right.
Everybody, make sure you tap in with Dash Radio on the Instagram and on Facebook and on Twitter, and lock us in because we'll be back not this Thursday, but next Thursday. We'll be back at our regular time, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific time with the OG Shabazz. So y'all get your questions in.
All right, y'all. We thank you again for tuning in. This is Major Love with Jacina Love and
Kim So Major. See you next week.
Bye, y'all.